Shabbat Shalom. So, very important question to ask in light of the calendar. Is there such a thing as a Jewish Christmas? Is there such a thing as a Jewish Christmas? Now, Julia knows that we had a Jewish Christmas yesterday, but it wasn't exactly what I think most people think of as Christmas. It featured Chinese food, which was amazingly made from everything I've heard. And I think there was a football game put up, and a lot of good conversation and company. Great. But that's not exactly what people think of when they think of Christmas. When people think of Christmas, they think of Christmas trees, they think of Christmas carols, they think of going to church, maybe a nativity scene, all of those types of features. And I can guarantee we didn't have any of those. Now, the question becomes, though, why not? I mean, bear with me. After all, Judaism has borrowed from other cultures throughout history. The names of our months, for example, the names that we use are not found within the Tanakh. In the Torah, months are named simply as month 1, month 2, month 3, and yet in our modern Hebrew calendar, we use Babylonian names, Nisan, Iyar. We use names that are drawn from their calendar because, well, names are a little bit nicer than numbers, and so we've stuck with that. Likewise, we have the custom in many communities of giving a child a haircut when they're 3 years old as a way of initiating them into their Jewish studies and activities. This is an Eastern European custom that originated among non-Jews in Ukraine and was adopted by Jews who thought, you know what? That's a cute custom. We like that, and we can add our own spiritual twist to it. We have borrowed throughout times, up to and including the present day, where many Jews are very passionate about their celebration of such things as Thanksgiving or the 4th of July. So, if we can borrow months from the Babylonians, if we can borrow a haircut from the Ukrainians, if we can borrow Thanksgiving from secular society, why can't we borrow Christmas? Many, many people who celebrate Christmas these days, after all, do it with an entirely non-religious attitude. There is more decoration and more money spent on non-religious things than there are on nativity scenes or going to church. Many more people will spend hours trying to concentrate, meditate, and pray for exactly the right gift inspiration, and they'll never set foot in a church. So, if other people don't treat it universally as a religious holiday, why not adopt it? I mean, we all can admit that lights and trees are pretty, right? We can all admit that some of these songs are pretty. Yes, definitely. So why not?
I wasn't going to answer why not. I just wanted to add in. My mom used to always want to buy a tinsel tree and call it a Hanukkah bush.
Right, buy one of the plasticky trees made out of tinsel, and we can just...
Hanukkah colors.
Yeah, or blue and silver maybe.
I had a question. So, on a similar topic, I know in the Middle East they would buy these Muslim symbols, like a carpet or something, Muslim symbols, and then they would turn it into a Jewish emblem for a religious purpose.
Such as the hamsa, the hand that you'll often see in many Jewish decorations.
Yeah, and other stuff that was specifically made for Muslims. I know they would turn into Jewish trinkets. I know it's not quite on point, but is that kind of tangent?
Well,
why you can do that?
So that's the question. Why in other things have we done it, but for Christianity we've not? We can argue about whether or not all these other adaptations are good ideas or bad, although I think it's a little late to complain about the names of the months. We're kind of stuck with that for more than 2,000 years. They're probably going to stick around. But would it be such a terrible thing to bring over one more? And the answer, I think, is quite honestly, well, yes. Because Christmas has been an important holiday within the church, and one that is still believed as a holiday of religious significance by a billion Christians around the world. Even if millions of secularists don't view it that way, many billions a billion Christians do. But historically as well, both Christmas as well as Easter have been times when Jews were often put under pressure in order to adapt, conform, assimilate, convert, to give up our ways, to adopt those of the community around them. And as such, as we are a stiff-necked people, we have resisted that pull more strongly than in many other places where the pressure was not quite as severe. And I believe that to this day, it is still an important demarcation, that we can adopt melodies and put them into our prayers. We can take different symbols and use them for Jewish decoration. We can, steal many things that we think are nice. And certainly there's nothing wrong with hanging up some Hanukkah lights or adopting other types of decorations that are explicitly Jewish as a source of Jewish pride and celebration. But a Christmas tree, it's a step too far. A carol, it's a little bit of going beyond the edge of what can be healthily swallowed within Judaism while still retaining our Jewish identity. Our neighbors should be allowed to celebrate freely and joyously for their holiday, and we should be allowed to be happy that they are happy. But we need to also be happy in who we are, and we need to maintain those borders, those distinctions, to allow our unique form of life to continue to persist, to perhaps borrow only on the edges, but allow the core of Judaism to still shine through. I am sure that it is only because Christmas and Hanukkah have overlapped that we have felt a little bit uncomfortable in modern years. But in all honesty, the great joys and celebrations of Judaism, many of which far surpass Hanukkah in their significance and beauty, are surely enough to fulfill anybody's desire for celebration. And if you are hankering after more ways to celebrate the rest of the Jewish year, up to and including the fireworks our neighbors are apparently putting off, we can talk about that afterwards, and I'll give you tips on how to make all the other holidays even more special than this time of year is for our Christian neighbors. Shabbat Shalom.